Boom. Hey, welcome, everybody. Super excited to see everybody here this evening. Hey, do me a favor before we get everything kicked off here and started. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. Did this time work out good for you? Yes? Hey, tell me in the chat bar. Joel, my man, nice to see you. Been a little while. Has 8 p.m. is this a good time? We're trying it different. Those of you that don't have your camera on, oh, I got thumbs down. Gene Slade, what? Come on now. Those of you not on camera, do me a favor. I would love if you were on camera. It's just always a little better to present to everybody when I could see you and you could see me. This is going to be an amazing subject here. I would imagine that's why some of you are here. And I think some of you that have people in your world that are not here, but you know they should. Team, can you put the link in? And maybe some of you can just go share it real quick. My man, Tom, how you doing, brother? Super nice to see you. I have a lot of people here that mean a lot in my world. Hank, what's up? Dave Dolick, what's going on? Justin, I'm going to share. Now, we're going to be together 90 minutes. There's no replay for this. Matter of fact, after this, we'll upload it in our store. I'll be showing you our store tonight, and we'll sell it for $299, which means I'm glad you're here because you're getting it for free. Even though what I'm going to share tonight, I wish somebody had told me a long time ago. Because what I'm going to share with you is not only what I use in our company today, what I've used in the two companies that I scaled and sold in the last little over 5.5 years, two high 8-figure companies. I've now created, let me see, it's 64, 65, 67. I think we're going on 67 or 68. We created, at least in the next 2 months, and after coaching over 1,000 business owners in the last 36 months, I've created that my fingerprints were on over 68 multi-millionaires, with 90% of them becoming decamillionaires. So I'm pretty sure, hands down, I've created more millionaires in a short period of time than most on the planet. And I'm not saying it to brag, I'm saying it to set a frame of what I'm going to teach you is going to be no fluff. And I might curse a little bit. So if that bothers you, you should just pray for me later tonight. I promise I'm fine, but I'm going to give you no fluff. I'm going to give you some core things tonight that I'm going to want you to write down. Maybe some of them are reminders for you. Maybe some of it is some things that are just going to make you think a little different. And these strategies that we're talking about is the same strategies that we implement in our portfolio companies. Now, I want to know, some of you, if you could help me out, tell me how long you've been in my world. I start most of my trainings this way, because if I don't know how long you've been in my world, if I got a lot of new people, I have to set a different stage. If I have a lot of existing people, I'm going to move a little quicker, a little different. And I'm New Jersey fast, which means you got to keep up the pace and write notes quickly. So tell me how long you know me for. And then also, if you're new in our world, you're new to Food Dog, you're new to me, maybe you tripped across us on Eventbrite or a Facebook ad or something, can you type in new in the chat bar? Can you type in new? And new, hey, I'm super excited. Everybody that's new, welcome. Those of you existing, hey, I got to talk a little bit about myself. I hope you're all right. You've heard it a lot, but maybe hear on how it applies to you today. Because if I don't set a standard, then some of you that are new, you're going to be like, all right, here's this tattoo guy. Why should I even listen to him? Well, maybe one of the reasons you might want to listen to me is I'm not somebody who did it 20 years ago, and then I'm washed up and old and tired and dated. Not only are we doing it today, we're also growing our own portfolio, okay? And our portfolio we're working on is by 2030 to have our portfolio that we're building hit over 500 million. You know what that means? We're in the game. The other thing is I am a firm believer, and you guys communicate with me in the chat bar, please. Hey, Tim, nice to see you. If I say something that resonates with you, type in boom in the chat bar. I did learn at the age of probably before 15 years old, I did learn something, and you hear a lot of people talk about it, and I'm a believer. I'm a real believer in it, that the more people you serve, the more like the universe just gifts you. Now, I don't serve to be gifted. I serve because after now well over, probably almost 4 decades now of serving and helping people, and I'm level 54 now. If any of you want to type what level you are, I don't know why anybody says 54 years old, but I'm level 54. I know that that's my purpose, is not to go up the mountain. You see, I climbed up the mountain. And the cool thing was, I knew years and years ago, Joel, when I got to the mountain, I didn't want to look around and see myself all alone. So you know what I've done for all these years? I brought a lot of people up the mountain. And now I've created all these millionaires, decamillionaires. It's not about the money they made. It's about the impact they're making now. Because when someone gets the financial freedom and they get a level, they then say, I'm going to create impact in the world. I call them catalytic impactors. You might want to write that down. And okay, so a lot of you are sharing your level in there. Thanks for sharing. And we got a lot more coming in. You're going to see me looking over at my tablet, crossing things off, because this is not something I built and regurgitated. I've just finished building this the other day just for you that showed up. I will give you a little disclaimer here. Here's the disclaimer. The disclaimer is I cannot guarantee any results from what I'm teaching today. You have to check with your attorneys and your political experts and your doctors and your gurus. So you got to do your own due diligence. So if I share a strategy with you, it's based on sharing, not on telling you to do anything. We don't tell people to do things. We help educate them so that they learn what to do. Some of you that have been following me, one of my pet peeves, I think people think it's a great thing. And hey, Danny, super nice to see you. Jim Clark, is a lot of these people go out there, these experts, the gurus, and they talk about, I feed all these families. I feed 1 million people a year. And I'm like, okay, great. Why don't you teach them how to feed themselves? Because then not only will they feed themselves, they could feed a village. So I want to make sure that I'm not just feeding you. I don't want to give you fish. I want to teach you how to fish. And that's why so many people are in our world today with the movement that we created with Food Dog Group, is because we're making an impact on planet Earth, okay? So you got my disclaimer. Let me give you a little bit for some of you that are new, and I'll lay out the lay of the land here. The lay of the land is I'm going to set a little bit about credibility, authority, so you know who I am. A lot of you already know who I am, but you'll hear it again, maybe to just energize, motivate you, transform you where you want to go. Okay? So it's going to be very impactful, and it's going to be very action. This whole workshop is going to be about action. All right. So I want you do your best effort for the next, whatever we're together, hour plus, and don't get distracted on Facebook and Instagram and all that. Give yourself this time. If you do pay attention and implement, I promise the stuff I'm giving you has created a whole lot of wealth and money, and even better than that, write this down. Write this down, everybody. There's 3 brackets I think all of you want: life, business, and wealth by design. Pretty sure that's on our new shirts right here. Life, business, and wealth by design. It's on the back too. When you get the business, and who is a business owner? Can you type in business in the chat bar, please? Type in business in the chat bar. Hey, Kevin, thanks for joining us. Diego, what's up? Brian, Adam Stevens, thank you for joining tonight. Those of you not on camera, feel free to come on. All right, so we got a lot of business owners. When we get the business dialed in, let me show you some pictures. And the way I'm going to show you pictures here, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to change my background. So you'll just look behind me. You'll see the pictures here. But the way that we do things, and we get this result we want in business, is to create a business that's not a job. It's a passion and a purpose that turns into power. And it's something you not only love, you live to do it until the universe calls you. So here's one of the things, if you look here, when I built Gold Medal, which was 32 million a year, we had 165 trucks on the road. We did double-digit profits, and I grew it from under $1 million to 32 million in less than 10 years. This was my sole passion, was to create a movement in New Jersey. Is anybody from New Jersey? Type New Jersey. And the reason why I was doing that is I wanted to prove a couple things. One, let me find this picture for you and show you this. I wanted to prove that I was built more than the person you see up over there. Okay. That's me as an electrician. I'm probably 17 there, and I've been on my own since I'm 15. And I don't know about you, but have any of you, tell me in the chat bar, it's a strong word, but I mean, it's a word I use. I mean, did you ever feel like you were a failure or a loser or not worthy? Tell me in the chat bar. Well, I had moments like that. And then I had moments where you think you're a business owner and you're really a slave to what you're doing, but you think you could do it alone, right? You think you could do it. I was just sharing with somebody yesterday. I said, the reason why you're struggling and you keep coming back to struggling, and I watch great people that built big things. I watched people sell big companies and then go to do something else and struggle. You know why? Well, because and write this down, what got you to where you're at won't get you to where you want to go. And it sure the hell won't get you to the next level you want to go to. That's why I wanted to build one company. I exited because I was drawn to a movement of creating this right here. I was tired of being so happy around people. I created this movement, CEO Warrior. Why did I create the movement CEO Warrior? Because I needed to change an industry, because the industry was so damn dated and old, and people in suits and ties teaching things that weren't working. So the universe pulled me to that. When I sold CEO Warrior in 2020, it wasn't because I didn't love it. Is anybody here ever at one of my events in the past? Type in event in the chat bar. You sure to hell know if you were at one of my events. I loved it. I mean, we broke tables. We flipped over things. We walked on fire. I mean, it was as strong as it is. And I didn't sell it because I wasn't strong. I sold it because I became stronger, and I needed to now shift a huge part of the world instead of a little bracket of people. Now, it was easy for me to change an industry. It's heavy lifting to go where we're going, and we're making an impact. I'll show you this here because I'm super proud of it. I mean, our impact is to reach change 100 million lives in 100 countries or more in the next decade or less. We raised it to 120 million, and you're helping us do that today. So thank you for being here. And this is all these dots that you see. These are people all over the world. Type in the chat bar where you're logging in from. Where you're logging in from. We always have people we have Australia, we have Canada, we have sometimes New Zealand, Japan. We have people from all over the world, which is the purpose of what we're doing. But I don't want it to be just about that. Look, it's all about this. You see this? All of you, I believe, are driven because you want to build something for something, right? You're not working, so you're not here tonight because you didn't have a good Netflix series to watch. My wife and I just finished, I think it's called Boardwalk. Raise your hand. Did anybody watch the series Boardwalk? It's Asbury Park, and it's old school gangster, which is right up my alley, being from an Italian family. But you're not here for entertainment. You're here because there's somebody you want to give more to. Is that true? Type in true in the chat bar. You want to give more to yourself, more to your family, more to your parents. And some of you, based on your level, I can guarantee that life is changing for a lot of you. How do I know that? Because life's always changing for me. So Joel's on here. Hey, Joel, you see my son's on here. My son now is 25. He's one of the top business coaches and top mindset coaches out there today. And he's helped multiple people become decamillionaires himself. But now at age level 54, you know, you have parents getting old. Who's got parents getting old? Type in old in the chat bar. Anybody got parents getting old? My dad passed in November. So we have, you know, parents, they move on and they move to other places. So why are you here? You're here because you want to go to another level. You want to either make an impact, you want financial freedom, you want wealth and abundance, or you just want damn right legacy. And what is legacy, everyone? I promise I'll get to the marketing stuff, but marketing stuff means nothing at all if you still think the same way. I learned this a long time ago. Is it okay if I give you one of my secret sauces? Type in secret sauce in the chat bar if it's okay. I'll give you one of my secret sauces. All right, here we go. Here's my secret sauce. I learned this a long time ago because when you're scaling a big company, you start investing in all kinds of training. And I was spending a lot of money on training. One time I spent $45,000 for 3 days of training for my service experts I had. One of these top gurus out there, I won't say the name to just out of respect. He's a tall guy with a beard and thinks he's probably more sexy than he is. And after 3 days and $45,000, you know what I got, Jim? I got a blip of improvement, a blip. Not enough to justify the investment. The conversion didn't go up because that person was used to teaching people that sucked, which you get a big return. But when you got to teach people that are already amazing, and my culture was amazing, it's different. But then I figured it out over decades is this. Information is useless without transformation. Information. Now, we just got done an hour before showing up here with our membership. We have a different couple levels of membership. I'll talk about that in a minute if anybody's interested, but I'm not here to sell you anything. It's the number one thing that makes Food Dog different is at the stage we're at and the amount of results we have, we don't have to sit here and sell you anything. We'll extend an opportunity if it's a fit, cool, and if not, that's fine too. But when I look at, you know, all these different things that you want and where you want to go, and then the results, and then the age. And when I look at this whole sequence, I learned if you don't create transformation and people have guilt, tell me, okay, we're all friends now. How many of you have some form of guilt, shame, or trauma? Just type it in the chat bar. You can even abbreviate it with a T or a G. There's no judgments here. Most of us, right? I mean, shit, once you hit a high level of success, if you don't have any shame, I promise somebody will shame and guilt you. You should give more. People all the time tell me that they're kind of like, you should give more. I'm like, you should work more so you can give more. You know what I mean? Why are you trying to crucify me? Because I did what you were unwilling to do? That's when it translates, right? Into you were, what's the L word when people tell you? You were lucky. You're not lucky. You did what other people wouldn't do, right? And you did it in a way. That's why I love working on Sundays, Joel, because the rest of the world is doing nothing. They're doing nothing most of the time. All right. Now, some of you that are new in the world, I do want to let you know the marketing that I'm going to share, I didn't invent all of it myself. I spent over 3.8 million on my own education. We will commit this year to $250,000 in our own education between myself, my beautiful wife and business partner, Aaron, who's a business partner, and my son and my team, over $250,000. Why? Because you see all these people in this picture here, Jay Abraham, highest paid consultant on earth, Larry Winget, Brian Tracy, Lou Ferrigno. You know why I did that? Because it's not about me knowing everything. It's about me taking information. That's what I'm going to give you today. I'm going to give you information that I got from a whole lot of people, solidified it, tested it, proved it out, This is not some marketing agency that never created something. And there's a lot of good agencies out there, but a lot of them, you know that phrase, you got to eat your own dog food. Who's ever heard that? Type in dog food. Who's like a dog lover anyway? Type in dog. If you're a cat lover, go ahead. You can throw cats in there. I'm a dog person, not a cat person, but I won't hold the cat thing against you, okay? And along the way, I've written a bunch of books. And I'm not here to sell you books. You could go on Amazon. I'm going to give you a free link to one anyway. Nobody makes money off of books. But there is some books here you can see. And I'm curious, like, just so I know, how many of you have read the book Mind Power? If you read it, put read it. And if not, put question marks for me. Did you read Mind Power? Okay, I got question marks. All right, here's what I'm going to do. Adam and Tracy and Danny, team, put in the link. I'm going to give you the link. You get a free digital copy on me. I don't even have one here. It's one of my latest books, but there's books on superhuman and fear. And we got a couple more books coming out on recruiting tsunami and economic kraken and things. But right there's the link. Those of you who put question mark, or any of you that want a copy to share with a friend, this book is changing the way people think and the way people live. And that's really, really important. We've even been given this to recovery homes. And if any of you work with recovery homes, vet type things like VFWs or anything, do me a favor, reach out to me and I'll do a Zoom. I'll do a talk for them free over Zoom. If they're close in New Jersey, sometimes I'll go to it. We just went to a client of ours that owns like 6 recovery homes to help with addiction and stuff. But I'll even send books out. So would you guys do that for me? Just type in boom in the chat bar if you come across it, because that book is making so much impact in lives. And that's really important to us. Okay. The other thing is, just why I'm in the spirit of giving things here, Adam, if you guys are not in our free Facebook group, well, join it. We'll put the link in the chat bar. Just click it. We'll approve you. Come and hang out. I share some neat things in there, either about my life or marketing or all kinds of stuff. And God knows you probably don't need one more Facebook group, but you'll get value in there. So maybe get rid of a group that you're not getting value, or if it's not a fit, just don't get the group. But I want to offer it to you guys. Okay. Let me make sure if there's anything else I want to share here before we get ready to go into marketing. When you think about marketing, let's kick off what marketing is before I show you this next picture. Marketing in my eyes, you ready? You're going to write it down and you'll see, hey guys, I got a whole team here. So just look, if you can't keep up, my team is writing. I think we got 5 of our team members on here just for you tonight. They'll write it in. Marketing is emotionally moving people from where they're at to where you want them to go by design. By design. It's emotionally moving them. You were emotionally driven here because, one, you either read something and figured, well, this tattooed guy, and who does have tattoos? Type in tattoos in the chat bar. I always like to see, Tracy, you got tattoos? I don't remember. Who else? Jim Clark, you don't have a tattoo, right? I mean, with a car like that you have, how could you not have a tattoo? But I mean, come on now, really? You get a tattoo on your back or your chest or something. So when I look at marketing, just so you know, marketing is the start, and marketing is not a logo. It's not a truck wrap. It's not this. Someone told me this. It might have been Dean Jackson, very smart marketer friend of mine. He said, marketing is everything and everything is marketing. You should write that down. Another really good friend of mine, who I was just texting with the other day, is a friend of mine, Brian Kurtz. And he says, marketing is the only thing. And so when you think about marketing, marketing is the gateway in. It's the gateway to sales. And most people confuse marketing and sales. And I'm just not even going to ask you. I'm just going to share it with you. My concept, doesn't make it right or wrong. You choose to adapt it or adopt it or not, is that the decision to buy something starts in the marketing. So when people ask me, Mike, how did you do over 500 million in sales in the multiple companies you do, which is, that's fun. It's cute. It's nothing on what we're building today. What we're building today is way different and way bigger and way more strategic and tactical, but 500 million is nothing to shake a stick at too, right? Give me a boom in the chat bar if you agree. But that is not manipulation. It's what I would call marketing serving or servant marketing. It's giving people value in the information. There's a couple types of marketers out there. There's the manipulators, which are the big ones. If you don't come here, you'll probably die tomorrow and your kids will starve in a cave, right? And you must show up right now. And it's like scary little children being taken captive or something. And then there's the marketing of, hey, I'd like to invite you here. Come here. If you think that I have something to say about marketing, I'm going to teach you these strategies and tactics. Not that I made up, that I use. Not that I use, that I use today. So the stuff we're going to share with you, we're using right now in multiple companies. Okay. So the other thing is marketing. I don't know if any of you, here's one property. Marketing applies to everything. Doesn't matter if you're trying to attract a new relationship or this is a building. I don't know if you can see it, if I can move. This was a 10,000 square foot building that I sold last year. And this is a building that I'm selling right now. Sales, real estate, relationships, everything goes into marketing, which is high level of communication in multiple vehicles to emotionally move somebody from where they're at to where you want them to go by creating clarity, alignment, and accountability along the way. And when I learned this, I'll call it, it's definitely a secret power that I have. I've used this along the way to create a life, a business, and a wealth by design, which was part of my wife's and I design, was to get to a place of financial freedom. Now, look, a lot of you sitting here, you might have a small company. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're just starting out. And you hear what I'm saying, and you're probably like, yeah, you built big things and had success. Well, let me rewind it a little bit. I'm level 54. I shared that with you. My wife and I have been debt-free since level 28. So what is that? Almost going to be heading into 3 decades debt-free. No mortgage, no nothing. Now, I'm not saying it to brag. I'm saying this is what marketing does along the way. It's not an outcome. It's a journey. And can you write that down? It's a journey. And now we have people in our world on all different levels that are traveling this journey, and they're getting the same results, but we didn't figure it out. I figured it out more. Look, it's easy to change your life, but when I coached over 1,000 business owners, it's a different game. You start solving why people don't do things. Me, you get it, right? Let me see if I can find a picture here. You get it. You're like, yeah, Mike, it's good for you. I don't even know if I have a picture here. Do I have one? I don't even know. You're like, hey, it's good for you, but you're a martial artist, Mike. You're disciplined. You're focused. Yeah, I get that. But I learned how to create discipline and focus in over 1,000 business owners. Let me share a couple more things, and I want you to type in something that's resonating for you right now. What is the message? Because it's not about me. This is me helping you unlock a new thought before we go into marketing. If the thought is hopeful, if the thought is readiness, if the thought is awareness, if it's evolution, I just want to make sure we're triggering a new thought inside of you, because within the thought, now I can give you strategies and tactics. But if you're sitting here saying, we just shared this on our call before, we shared, like, do you want my state of the world, like what's to come? Type in yes in the chat bar. Do you want what I feel about the world right now? Hey, Jocelyn, super nice to see you. Hey. Tyla, I say her name twice, so I get it right once. I know I'm going to get it right once. Danielle, what's happening? Lisa. So my state of the union of the world is this. This is the greatest time since the industrial age to create wealth, abundance, financial freedom that there's ever been in our lives. In our lives. At least most of you look like it's going to be in our lives. I don't know if we'll have another round like this. It will also be the greatest purge for those that are not learning, not asking, and not getting insight and education on a regular basis. Not foo-foo stuff. Actual, this is where I'm at. This is the answer I need from people that are doing it. Not did it, but are actually doing it today. Do you agree with me? Some type in agree if you agree, because I know there's going to be more. Forget about millionaires. If you don't know what a decamillionaire is, it's someone that has 10 million or more sitting in their bank account or just available. That's a decamillionaire. There will be more decamillionaires in the next probably 6 years than ever in history. There's also going to be a lot of people that are going to rely on you. How many of you already have people relying on you? Tell me in the chat bar. How many of you already have people relying on you? Tell me. You got some? Yeah. Some of you don't have a chance. You better figure this out. You better figure out not only marketing, the whole game here. All right, let's talk about Avatar. Ready? Avatar. A lot of you know about Avatar, but I want to show you something. I have a strong feeling, and you'll say yes, true, or false. True is you know your avatar. This is your business person, the perfect client so well. Let me bring this up and show this to you. We'll go down here. You know your avatar so well that you have answered, like you could tell me exactly the age, the family, the car they drive, the amount of money they have, where they hang out, the type of food they eat, the type of cologne they have. You understand the shows they like, the magazines they order. You know where they like to travel. You know the type of businesses that they like. You know what they invest in. So if you know every aspect of that avatar so well that you could bring up something like this for me, let me show this to you. You'll give me a boom in the chat bar. So if you had something like this where you've answered, now we have this one is built for male and female because we have dual avatars. You've answered everything here about the avatar, and you have a picture of them, a description of them. Your agency knows exactly who they are. You give me a boom in the chat bar. If not, type in nay. I don't even know how you spell nay. Is it N-E-H or N-A-H? Whatever. Spell it any way you want if you don't have it detailed. Now, if you don't have it that detailed, remember, we're not impressed if you put boom. I'm like, oh, good, you have it. Great. Congratulations. Then you don't need this part. But if you pick up one thing, the question is, if you have it, do you use it? And most people don't have it detailed. Now, let me share something else with you. There are places, and this is stuff that we do today. I have to go quick through it because we only have so much time here, and I got a lot, and I do have a couple videos I want to share with you guys because I brought a whole lot of stuff to show you. But this here, you want to know, let me find some things. Like you even want to know this, right? You want to know the age brackets of your avatar. And this could be people that bought from you or people you want to buy from you. You got to know all this stuff here. Look at all the details you'd have to get. Is it majority male or female? You have a lot of questions you have to answer, and then you make the picture. So then what do you do with it? But watch this. It's not only the avatar you have. Let me share this video with you. You have to make sure you're talking to that avatar. Now, when you watch this video I'm going to play, maybe take a guess and start writing down who would be the avatar to buy this product. Okay? You'll watch the video and you're going to type like a man, edgy, time efficient. And this is going to be This is not for entertainment. This is for you to build muscle to understand, because I want to sink the point in that if you don't know exactly who you want, you'll get exactly who you don't want. You got to know who you want in detail to get who you want. All right, let's watch this video. When you hear it playing, if you could just give me a thumbs up that you hear the volume, that will help me out.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
All right, so let's see what you guys typed for avatar here. What were you typing? Let's scroll down. Did you guys American? Okay, young men start to shave. All right, so here's things that I took right away from this. Quality, somebody who wants quality. Cost efficient, correct? Simplistic, you don't need a back scratcher and a vibrator built into it. Efficient, I can't be going to the store to buy this stuff. Convenient, money, right? Saving money, I don't want to waste money. And the other one, how did they end? Talking American, big flag, right? It's a brilliant video. And this company, I don't know, Michael, look up, I think I told you last time, look up how much Dollar Shave Club is either worth or making today. And Michael will put it in the chat bar there. So in order to produce a commercial like that, you have to know the exact avatar. You have to know every aspect of them. Now, you could survey your people to know it, but that's only good. And this is one of my pet peeves. How many of you have ever worked with a sales expert before? Sales consultant, sales guru, type in sales in the chat bar. Have you ever worked with someone? My pet peeve is anytime someone says, I'm going to teach you how to sell more. And I go, perfect. What are you going to teach me? And they say, I'm going to teach you negotiation skills. And I'm going to teach you objection handling. And I'm going to teach you the customer journey. I go, okay, let's do this. Do you need to know who my client is? Because you didn't ask. Like, how are you going to teach me anything? Because what if you're trying to teach me tactics and my customers, not that I'm against you buying at Walmart, but can we agree there's a different buyer at Walmart than Nordstrom's? Yes? Type in yes in the chat. Is there? Of course there is. What if your marketing's been attracting, you're offering so many discounts in your marketing, you're attracting discount-only buyers that are Walmart, and you're trying to sell them a $10,000 mattress. All the sales expert guru in the world is not going to work. It won't work. So you have to be aligned with your messaging on who you're talking to, who you're attracting, the language they're using. Now I'm going to give you one more part here about avatar that no one talks to about marketing. You're not talking to them. You're talking to their subconscious mind. You're not talking to their conscious mind. You're talking to all their past program. They look and say, this is good or this is dog shit based on an experience they had that picking up a direct mail piece is good or dog crap. All right, let's pause there 1 minute, and I want you to type in the chat bar, what is something you either have to do, you're thinking now, or you learned so far tonight that's going to make a difference in your business, in your life, in your wealth? Tell me right now. And I'll get ready for the next. I have another video for you just to make, we'll keep making points on Avatar, but not only Avatar, on marketing. Okay, on marketing. Know my client well enough to know what they're saying. Yeah, have you felt like, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you're taking care of your kids, part of your mind is on feeding them and the other part is on your childhood trauma? Right, Madison? How'd you like to wake up one day and no longer live with feeling the moments of when you were bullied as a young girl and they said your hair was dirty or too long or too curly or your shoes were too big, or that's how you dressed? Well, why don't we get rid of that and change your life forever? Are you a 40-year-old mom with teen girls, right? Like, you got to be so detailed because you became so curious on what it is. All right, let's watch this next one. Hey, Maddie, super nice to see you there. Just so you know, those of you that come out or decide to take one of the last spots at Venture Velocity, or you are coming out to Venture Velocity, well, we're going to show you, once you have your avatar dialed in, how to go into social media and attract portfolio buyers, even get your exit. I don't have enough time to talk about it, but when you build a pitch book for selling your company in the future, it is, you could build it as a traditional pitch and struggle. You could build it as a marketer and sell it for the highest multiple. All right, here we go. You'll give me thumbs up when you could hear it. Let's see who's the avatar here. And tell me what you pick up now, not only avatar, marketing, because we're going to go into funnels next. We're going to talk about funnel theory. Okay, here we go.
Your soap is ugh, and your body wash is a synthetic detergent. But you're not a dish. You're a man. Switch to Dr. Squatch Natural Soap for Men. For men who build things. Open pickle jars on the first try. Slay dragons. And let their daughters braid their hair. Men who like to feel good and smell titillating. Dr. Squatch takes you places you never thought you'd go. Naked.
All right, so when we look at that there's one thing that really clicks out for me. Is he attracting, tell me in the chat bar, is he attracting dads? Yeah. My son gave me details. Dr. Squash. Oh, let me show you this in case you think this is bullshit. Look at this. Danny, there's their site. So they sell all kinds of stuff here. You could go and click around and get your, this is really cool. Just marketing. I clicked the button. You got 25% back. There you go. Big lesson right there if you're not doing that. So my son says Dr. Squash went from 5 million to 100 million in sales, Danny, in 18 months. Now, is he talking to dads? Yes. Is he talking to dads that have daughters? Yes. That allow their daughters to braid their hair. I hope you're picking up some very valuable things here. Are you picking up? Are you getting value? Type in value in the chat bar, please. Type in value in the chat bar. All right. I have a couple more videos I'll be playing for you, but let's go into funnel right now. So people understand step one is you have to have your avatar. Step two is you need to have everything that you do. Now I'm just going to share one for demonstration. Everything you do in marketing has to be created through what we call a funnel. It's a what happens and what happens next. Okay, so can you write that down? It's what happens and what happens next. Based on what they do next is what happens next for them. This will make sense. I'm going to put a ribbon around it. I knew I'm moving fast for you. Hey, Chris, my man, how you doing? Super nice to see you. Here we go. So this is a funnel here. All right, this is a funnel. Now, every marketing thing that you do on social media, direct mail, billboard, TV, radio, networking event, you might have this. Let's put a circle here and we'll call this networking event. And at the networking event, just in case you don't know what this is called the sales page or landing page. I'm going to teach you. Do you guys want me to teach you a little bit about landing pages tonight? Type in landing in the chat bar. I'll teach you a little bit about landing pages. Okay, cool. So if I went to a networking event, just to take you from something you may not even realize, and at the networking event, I said, hey, Billy, it's super nice to meet you. What I'd like to do is give you something just for meeting you tonight. I have a special program. It's free. It will do this for you. And this will take them, maybe the sale page might be free. And then from there, they go and the guy at the networking event says, oh, I'd love that free training program, insight, tip, or resource. They then get a thank you page. It's like, hey, Billy, thank you. And then from the thank you page, it's like, hey, Billy, if you like that, why don't you show up to Marketing Mastery? Because Mike Agliaro is effing cool. I'm hoping you're saying that by the end. And now there's a countdown timer. It's like, hey, don't miss out, which you guys got. It's like coming up soon. We're live now. We're texting you, right? And then from there, hey, do you want to fill out a form? Because if you now figured out, but you didn't know at the networking event how cool we are, why don't you fill out this form and we'll hook up, right? But maybe you're in a webinar or a workshop or a teleseminar broadcast room. Then maybe there's like, hey, let's buy. But Cindy, if I'm running Facebook ads, which can be done by boosted ads, cheap, you don't always need an agency. But hey, just so you guys know, I am a fan of experts. We have experts here, Cindy on here, and Jim. I don't know if Jim's on. They're sales experts. We got Danny Barrera here. We got people that are experts in agency and drive-in leads. I'm not against those things. They're in the world on here because one, they're always learning, and two, they're top in the world of what they do. But guess what? You might just run Facebook ads right to an order form. And someone purchases, but then you got to have them in a thank you page. And then they go down, they get a product, and boom, they get a bunch of emails and stuff that says, if you thought all that was cool, why don't you show up next week? This is very simplistic, guys. For some of you, it's not, because you don't think this way and you haven't done this way. But any of you that are working with an agency or a company, you should be asking them, oh, you're doing my ad, my direct mail, show me the funnel. And if they go, I'm going to mail 3 postcards, you should say to yourself, uh-oh. I was going to say, uh-oh, better call Mako. Isn't that amazing? They programmed that, Cindy. I'd say, uh-oh, we better solve a problem here because we're incomplete. Tell me if you're picking up something by this funnel here on understanding it. And you can see this here, Food Dog Business here. This happens to be one of our funnels. Everyone on our team, even our concierge, I think we're running 15 people plus at Food Dog Group right now. Everyone on our team knows how to build funnels, because if they don't present to me the beginning, the middle, the end, and what's next, they don't even understand the theory of what we're doing here at Food Dog Group, which means we would always be delivering something incomplete. All right, give me a boom in the chat bar if you understand. I know it's a snapshot, guys, but we only have 90 minutes. But I want to give you as much in 90 minutes, even if it's just an action item. I need to learn more, right? Any of you come to Venture Velocity, we'll talk a lot more about that. And some of you, we do have different types of membership programs. We have Freedom, Mastery, Legacy. We got some of the top doctors and AI experts in our world today. You just reach out, schedule a calendar. We'll share all the ways we can help you take your life to the next level. So funnels are super important. Let's touch, before we go to landing pages, I would like to talk about, because I do believe there's a little bit of conflict that's happening with social media. You have people that either are not on social media, so they have this resistance, so they don't use it as a marketing vehicle, which is weird, because let's just look at Facebook. Facebook, if you want to know what Facebook is, it's the newspaper of the modern day. Okay, that's what Facebook is. How many of you go to Facebook and you're looking to see what's happening with current events? Give me a hand up. You go to Facebook, you're like, what's happening? You're probably not going to Instagram for current events, right? So when we think about social media in the way of marketing, it's not one thing, it's not everything, it's the connected things. I see people doing one thing in their personal Facebook and different in their business, not realizing that people that go to your business will probably look you up personally. Let me make a weird example. One time, a guy had a great business, Joel, and he's doing a great business. Things are going okay, but it's not going amazing, and he doesn't know why he's not getting more. So what I do is I look at the business and I say, okay, is the avatar aligned? What's the messaging? Does he understand copy? Does he understand lead capture? Some of these terms might be a little much for you yet, but as you're in our world more and more, you'll catch on more. And then I went to their personal page. And on the personal page, the guy's half drunk. He's got all kinds of weird stuff on his post. He has like just all kinds of stuff that if it doesn't meet that model of what he was saying, someone now that said maybe says no. Is this making sense? Can you tell me in the chat bar, right? They say maybe, now they say no. So instead of like, you have to be aligned with that avatar. We look at our avatar multiple times a year and we ask ourselves, how aligned are we? And Cindy, we just did this weekend. We spent, I think, 4 or 5 hours, me, Jen, and Aaron, going through the avatar and looking at it. You know what we said at the end? Everybody in the avatar is like us or wants to be like us. They're on their way. They're healthy-minded people. They want to win. They want to serve people in life. They want to build a legacy. And then there was a moment after 3.5 hours, we said, holy shit, this avatar is just like us now. You ready, Cindy? This is going to be a mic drop, so you'll mic drop. The big insight I had is the avatar we want to attract is who we were and who we became now. So we're actually trying to attract our past self. Think about it. Your avatar is trying to attract, most of you, your past self. You were a struggling contractor at one time, now you're successful. You want to find the struggling contractor who's a family person that wants to win. So you go for that person. The other thing that's always, I like to always share this phrase in marketing, and you should write it down even if you know it. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. And most of you on social media, you're talking to everyone, which means you're talking to no one. Now, I'll show you some vehicles here just to do a little show and tell of social media. Because one, I'm hoping you'll pick up a couple things as I'm sharing it. Let me move some of these so I could go in some form of order for you guys. Okay, let me share. Okay, this is my personal one. All right, so here. I'm sure most of you are on my personal Facebook, but if not, a team put a link in there so they could find me on personal Facebook. So here's my personal Facebook, right? And there's a banner, which most of you, for some reason, don't do for awareness. I don't know why. And then there's, if you look, you're going to see a lot of congruent things there. Of course, I was posting for this, and a lot of people were posting and tagging it, talk about State of the Union. Tomorrow's a big day. Type in the chat bar, why is tomorrow kind of a pretty big day? Does anybody know? There's only one reason. Let me unshare so I can look at all your face. Why tomorrow a big day? If you don't know, put a question mark. Right? If you don't know, come on. You got to tell me something, either a question mark or something. So there's an announcement, right? The Fed's going to make an announcement. And what it's going to do is set the stage for what's going to happen with interest rates and inflation. But really what it's doing, Tom, tomorrow, it's going to tell us the state of certainty in the world. That's what it's going to set the stage for certainty. And if anybody's building a company, which I think all of you are, building a portfolio, you probably want to know what they're going to seed about certainty. If they seed confusion, we got to all do one strategy. If they seed certainty, we're going to do a different strategy. Okay, we got some Trump in there, but we're not going to debate. We're not going to get political in here, Brittany, because next thing you know, we're fist fighting. I don't care who gets in. I just want someone that's business minded and not put us in fucking war. I would like a lot of that. There's no need for people to die today. All right, let's go back to this. So here we are. So that was my personal one. So you could see stuff. I was on a podcast the other day, and I'm going to show you some marketing stuff. And then, I told you I would show you the store. But just look at the marketing for right now for a couple things: social media and congruency. So look, here's all kinds of stuff in our store we have, right? There's all kinds of trainings. You could buy books in here. Put the store link, team. You guys could go in, if anything, pop in there and take a look. The free book, look at the marketing. Again, this is just because I had this to show you guys. So I might as well click on it, right? And then, that's the calendar. I'm going to get to this when we talk about landing pages. All right, here's the Facebook group, right? Here's the Facebook group, right? You see, and there's congruency here. There's life stuff here. There's the marketing event here. There we are, right? And then when you go here, there's LinkedIn. Are you guys seeing things? You don't have to be on everything, but the things you are on have to be connected and make sense. Here's TikTok. Team, put all these links in there. So all of you just go and follow, not because you need any more shit, but so you can see the congruency. Because if you model what we're doing, I would imagine you're going to move a lot faster than modeling nothing, right? So here, look, congruency, right? Right? Food Dog Facebook group. And here's this. And that's a commercial I'm going to show you in a couple minutes. All right. So social media, the things you got to know. One, you got to do it. And Aaron, is Aaron on here? Sorry, I had to give the team extra editing things now because somebody private messaged me and I don't know what the private message was. So now I gave, just so you guys know, I gave the whole team extra effort now because I had a private message there that probably all of you shouldn't have in a, well, you're not getting the recording, but the future people shouldn't get it. So we got to edit that damn thing out, Aaron. Okay. Sorry about that, team. All right. So on social media, the last part I want to say about social media, because I want to get into some landing page stuff. And then I want to get into a marketing checklist that you have to have for all your marketing. And if I could squeeze it in, I got these marketing pieces I got to show you. So I got a lot to do. Will you guys stay with me for a little longer? Type in staying strong or standing strong so I know. So the other thing about social media is give people not just what you think, give them what would serve them. Give them real massive value. And I see all these people talking about their fucking car and all their businesses, and they're not giving pure value. They're not serving the world. So it's easy to look from it and it looks frantic, right? And Tom Casey, I'm sure, knows there's all these gurus out there today, and it's such a frantic behavior. They're here and they're here and they all of a sudden are software experts, and then they're authors, and then they're this, and then they own a fishing store or something weird. Like, it's so frantic and confusing, and a confused mind doesn't say no, it says F you. That's what a confused mind says. It don't say no, it says F you. I don't even want any part of this because it looks so weird to me. And it's all about me. Come to me, come over here to me, come and see me, versus I want to see you. I want to help you. I want to help change you. Are you a 40, 50-year-old family guy that's just tired of, your knees are sore, your back's sore, and your daughter just wants to watch TV with you and you fall asleep on her and you're embarrassed? Like you got to talk to the subconscious mind of that person. Okay. Enough of that rant there. All right, let me show you before I go to landing pages. I love this commercial here. It's so good. You guys tell me the avatar. Ladies, I had to get a lady one here. So here's the lady one. Give me a thumb up when you could hear it.
Want to know a secret? More than just my armpits stink.
Facts. That's why I use Secret Whole Body Deodorant for clinically proven odor protection everywhere. So I smell great all day. All hike! And all night.
Secret Whole Body Deodorant.
Okay. So all day, all night. What did she show in the, what part tells you about the avatar they're attracting? Are they active people? Active. Yeah, Madison. Are they in a relationship? You notice when she was heading to the tent, there was someone in the tent, right? So it's the whole thing was like, I don't want to stink for people. Now, Michael, see if you could look up this company. It's a company, just so you know, here it is. Any of you ladies, I don't think they have men products, but hey, men, I guess if you want to try on the whole body wash, no judgment for me. Do what you do you. But look, this is a real company. Michael, see if you can see the size of these guys and what they have. So, you know, great commercial, talking to the avatar, little bit of humor, rememberable, and then boom. Their company is congruent here with the feel of their site, right? Because when you went there, it had that same person there, had the same person there. Okay, let's go into landing pages. Here we go, everybody. Take a deep breath, sit up straight. Let me clear out some of these links so I could get the landing pages for you guys. Hang on, let me just clean out a little more here. All right, you know what? Let's use this landing page because we know it's a great landing page. I shared it for a moment, but let me share it a little deeper here. Okay. Procter and Gamble enterprise value, 400. But is that all of Procter and Gamble? It might be also. I wonder what their division is, but it's okay. We don't have to spend too much time. Let's just say they got a lot of money. So here, this is what we would call a landing page. Landing pages also could be called like mini websites. Could be looked at as that way too. But it is, let me walk you through some pieces of this. And if any of you have a landing page you're using, well, first off, let me ask this. This will give me some help. How many of you have at least, not a website, because website is a landing page, but it's generalized with a lot of different brackets and information and stuff. A landing page is more of a specific. I'm selling a specific indoor air quality. I'm selling a generator. I'm selling a sales program. I'm selling something of specific versus company-wide. How many of you have at least one landing page? Either put one or put a question mark, which tells me, Mike, I don't even have one. I don't have one. Okay, we got one. How many of you are running like more than one? You have like 5 to 10 landing pages. Put 5 to 10 landing pages. Okay, Jim Padilla, I would expect you guys have many. 0, 3, 5 to 10. Okay, so, all right, cool. Let's break this down on landing pages. So first off, everybody that's a business owner should have a landing page and should have way more than one because you sell more than one thing. And how many of you have a specific recruiting landing page because you're always hiring and you have a specific page that you market to at like almost like you're your own recruiting person? Who has that? Anybody? No? Okay, let's go through this. At the top, right? Attention business owners, coaches, experts who are rebels and renegades, and those destined for greater achievements. Type in the chat bar, when I call out rebels and renegades, who am I calling out? The black sheep, right? That means I don't want people who are average or just play safe to come to my world because I'm intense, we're intense, right? Speak your impact. sub headline, right? Dates, really clear. Application, time driven, how many spots there are, which this is all true stuff. We don't do the bait and switch. We go into value creation. Look at the button, act now. Applications are approved and accepted on a case by case. Look below here. A lot of people, Cindy, are missing this, right? Speak to the team right there. If you guys want to speak to the team, you could click that button. Then there's meet. We go into authority. Then we talk more. We talk about, we'll be doing a whole bunch of different teaching there, what you're going to gain. So a lot of people, they have really vague on this. Then there's ask again, apply now. Then we throw in a little Warren Buffett in there about what he says about things. Then we keep going. Here's the location. That's the exact house, guys. The exact house that we're going to be at is right there. So it's the big roof deck. Some of you were at the house. If you're at the house, type about, how cool that house is. It's amazing. And then you go here. This was one of the events we ran at the house. Some of you on here are probably in the picture there. And then it goes down more, and then it's apply again. And then there's endorsements. So this is I would say that's a pretty solid landing page. Here's a landing page that is being changed up, which if all of you don't have a page like this, but this, I will tell you, this is one of them that needs to improve. I don't want to always show you that we have everything that's 1,000%. We don't. We're in a constant state of improvement. But here, do any of you have a partner with site or something like that? Type it in the chat bar. This is a partner with, it's the domain's partner with Mike A. Every one of you, for authority, credibility, should have a site that says partner with you, because it puts you at a level. And so this is just some brief stuff in here. It's got endorsements. What's important about this one, the application page, which if any of you are here and you're thinking like, hey, you might be a fit, because we got high level experts on our team. We got copywriting experts. We got graphic experts, marketing experts. We have a whole slew of experts on our team. You might be like, hey, is there a possibility you want to partner with us? And if you do, you could go to partner with, and just put the link in there, team. You could go there, fill it out. If it's not a fit for me, which I'm not doing any partnerships in any service companies, just so you guys know, I don't partner with plumbing and HVAC and electrical and drain cleaning. It's not my world I partner with right now. We partner with moving companies, agencies, accounting companies, stuff like that. But I do have people that I refer to. I send people to Jim Clark. Jim Clark does consulting and portfolio stuff. And then I got other people in my world like Chuck that have been in my world. And I got other people, if it's a product, I'm not doing really products right now. Kevin Harrington, if it's a product, I'll make a connection between you and Kevin Harrington. He's the original shark of Shark Tank, if it's a fit. And then sometimes if it's not a fit for me, I bring it to Jay Abraham, and then I have a slew of people. But hey, maybe some of you are a fit to partner with me because you want to scale things to, do some exits. Last caveat on that landing page is, especially as it refers to us and my team, we only want to partner with people that want to exit in 3 to 5 years. So if you love what you're doing for life, that's not going to be enough fun for us. Our passion purpose is what we're doing here for you. Our additional wealth and legacy purpose is our portfolio that we're building. So, all right, let me show you one more landing page. Is this helpful? Can you type in value in the chat bar, please? Because if I'm not giving value, then I'm going to wonder tonight. I'm not going to sleep wondering what the hell I'm doing here with everybody. And I heard my daughter come home and we're watching this series. So as soon as we're done after this, I'm going to go, watch the series with her. But this landing page is also really good that I spoke about. This is the Venture Velocity, right? Accelerating business partnerships and exits. There, amount of seats. There's a video here. You guys should all go just watch the video, because the video tells you if you're not doing good videos on your marketing landing pages, right? I hope all of you just take one thing. Maybe would you could I ask a favor? If you guys take one thing and you just say yes or no, and you make a whole bunch of money, will you just give a little bit to maybe Make-A-Wish Foundation or maybe some cancer cause or Wounded Warriors? Could you give me a boom in the chat bar? If you just make a little bit of money off this tonight, even if you give 5, 10, or $25 tonight, that would be really helpful. Also, I don't know, Michael, maybe you could do me a favor. Let me unshare this a minute. If you think there was value tonight, and you thought it was worth something, I have a really good friend of mine. He's like a brother of mine, and he's been in my world before my son is born, Jim. Jim, you might have met him before. He's called Sensei Eddie. He's been in my life a long time, and he has cancer, and he's young, and he's got kids that are going to college now, young kids, and this is just crazy. He beat it. Cindy, he beat it. And he's thinking, here we go. Life is there again. And a month and a half later, he got pain in his back. They thought it was muscle this. Bam, round 2. And he's just been going through hell. So Michael, if you could find, he has like a GoFundMe site. If you think there's value tonight, you'd contribute $10. Just to tell you how much this guy means to me. Like, if he passed, my wife knows, like, she's going to have to hug me a lot. I'm just hoping that day never comes because I just love this guy. So if it make you any money at all, maybe give $5 or $10 to him. That'd be helpful. Thank you. Here's the landing page. Back to this. A lot of people are missing really the authority. And you may not have Kevin Harrington or Mike Michalowicz or Jay Abraham, but you have somebody that's saying good things about you. Look at this. The odds are stacked against you, right? Beat the odds. So there's in landing pages, color, copy. How many of you know you need to improve your copy? Type in copy in the chat bar. Copy is the words you say. And I hope all of you say it because I see 90% of you that are in my world on here, you know, I see your copy on social. And people tell me their copy's good, but I look at their social media, copy sucks. So I'm like, you got to improve your copy. Sometimes one word makes the difference. So you guys should go to this landing page. Look at the agenda. I'm not going to go through it because you could go read it later. And I got to get into, I want to give you the checklist. I'm going to have to go through the checklist really quick on it, but I'm going to go through the checklist with you. But go here and look at the agenda of everything we're going to work on here. So day 1 is all about marketing. I'm going to like the exact SEO strategies, the lead generation strategies, the conversion strategies, the profit building strategies, all this stuff is going to be dialed in. Day 2 is all about exits. How did I position the exits? What I would never do again for exits, how I'm positioning packaging exits in the future. And then day 3 is partnership. How are we doing partnerships with $0 to build our portfolio? So you could go check this out. All right, there's the beautiful, oh, there's the view from the house. You could hang out there with me if you decide to go, but fill out the application today because it is only 30 spots. Once it's gone, it's gone. Let me give you the marketing checklist. Let me see how I'm going to do this. I think the fastest way to do this is, you know what, team, copy the comprehensive marketing checklist, the whole thing, copy it. You might have to and dump it right in the chat bar for everybody. Just throw it in there. All right. Speed round, guys. Here we go. I'm going to go fast. Don't worry about keeping up. They're going to dump it right in the chat bar for you guys. This is our marketing checklist we use with everything. Direct mail, landing pages, emails, social media posts. Doesn't mean everyone's going to be checked off. It just means, Danny, as many as we can check off. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right, they're dumping it in there. Megan she's got to chunk it out. It's so big. You guys could copy and stuff. So compelling headline, capture attention immediately, clear and concise, relevant to the target audience. I'll tell you, I watch people's social posts. The headline sucks. There's no supportive headline. Number 2, if you have a headline, you got to put number 2. So if I'm talking to the avatar, I got to reinforce it, right? So it's marketing mastery. Then maybe I got to support it. The 7 most strategic marketing things that you could do on a, string budget or something. Number 3, you got to have engaging copy. We spoke about this. The words have to talk to their subconscious mind. Now you got to go through the conscious to subconscious, but I'm talking inside of you, not to you. Might be a lot for some of you, the process, but guess what? If you just nail a couple of these checklist things, you're going to do a whole lot better. Okay. Call to action. I watch people, Cindy, all the time. They're doing social media posts. They never ask people to do anything. Like, tell them, post something below, comment below, private message me, click the link, get this free value. Sense of urgency. I don't like fake sense of urgency. Just so you know, on our landing pages, everything's real. The amount of seats that are left are real. The timeline is real. You're not going to show up at that house and there's 1,000 people because the house can only fit 30 people. That's what we tell the people we're renting it from, only 30. Okay. But sense of urgency, people got to know when the timeline is, right? Social proof. Number 6. Social proof is a big one because how do I know, like, you're here? I think some of you are here not because you think what I'm saying is real, because you could go on YouTube, right? And you can look me up on stuff and you're going to see all the companies I helped, all the podcasts, all the testimonials, all the events I spoke at. I think the biggest one's 3,000 plus people that I spoke at. You see all that. So that is social proof. Visual elements. In case you don't know, all the algorithms are actually picking up pictures now. It's not even just about the copy anymore, right, Danny? You could have the best copy in the world, but if you show a dog with yellow and blue, Facebook goes, everybody is attracted to yellow and blue, and boom, they're showing it. This is a new game, guys. It's a new world. That's where it's 7. Type in one of them. Just put a number in the chat bar. Which one of them you're thinking you already got to just do more of? Good. Give me one and let me keep going. Number 8, mobile. You guys know that. You got to check your landing page and then check it on your cell phone. If it looks like dog crap on your cell phone, I would imagine most people are not laying in bed with their laptop open. They're probably on their cell phone. SEO optimized. Anybody that's using sites, even like Eventbrite, that we market this through, Cindy, they have keywords that if you put it in the copy, it shows it better than without the keywords, which tells me there's SEO attached into the Eventbrite copy of what you write for it and how they show it. Okay, A/B testing. Okay, if you don't, do you know what A/B testing is? Type in A/B. If you don't know, let me tell you, it's no longer A/B testing, Danny. It's ABCD testing. It's no longer testing 2 things. A/B was like this or this. What do you pick? Blue ball, red ball. You go to Walgreens. Do you grab the same crest, the red box or the blue box? Now it's like red box, blue box, yellow box, purple box. And then I got to say to myself, why did they grab the one and can I get them to grab it more? Why didn't they grab the other one? Can I get them to grab it? So we're in a testing world. So in your copy, you got to test it. Clear contact information. I see it all the time. People put a marketing. I'm like, how do I even get you? Tell me in the chat bar, do you ever go to a website? You're like, I don't even know how to get you. I don't even know how to find you. Trust signals. What are trust signals? These are badges like certifications. If there's some kind of authority figure like Kevin Harrington, these are all trust signals, right? Money back guarantees. It's a trust signal. Like, hey, if it doesn't work, I'm going to give it back to you. Consistent messaging. Every time someone tells me they're having a hard time getting a customer, a lead, an employee, I go right to their social media and I look and I go, no, you have a consistent problem. You posted once and you thought the whole world would see it. Your post has moved down below 1 million posts in like 30 minutes. Your immaterial in 30 minutes. You're just gone. And they consistently changing the things is going to get you guys so much more marketing immediately. It's not about spending more. It's about doing better with what you're spending. Okay? Tracking and analytics. I ask people, like, you're doing a landing page. How many came? How many left? How long did they stay? How many clicked the button for the book? How many bought the thing after the book? How many went on and left early? How many went on and stayed long? How many went on and went to the training? Dan Kennedy was just saying, he did a great interview. If you don't know Dan Kennedy, godfather of marketing, spent a lot of time with him in small groups, me at my friend's house with 6 other people, and he nailed it. Everybody wants to do, Jim Clark, everyone wants to do the emotional stuff. Build the ad, put the dog. Now, Jim Clark's a numbers guy. No one wants to do the numbers thing. Did they click? Did it work? How do you know? How much did you spend? How much did you make? So you guys should just write down, marketing is a numbers game on top of a human behavior game. Okay, I got the last thing I want to talk about. Man, we're making it right on time. Here is the last thing. In marketing, let me bring it home for just a killer finish line here. Oh, I got to show you something. Hang on. Let me share my screen. Will you guys stay for 5 more minutes? Type in 5 in the chat bar. Will you stay 5 more minutes? Okay, let me show you this. Marketing is about being different, but it's not about being better. A lot of people are trying to be better than better. Someone just said this to me about 4 or 5 months ago. They said, Mike, you can't be better than better. You got to be different. And most people in their industry, like if they're in the massage industry or plumbing industry, they're trying to just do a little better than better. When the person said this, I said, oh shit, this is what I've been doing forever. You see this simple ad I did? This was in a yellow page. This was not doing better than better. It was doing very different. Inside the yellow page, I did the world's largest coupons. Was that very different in the yellow page? Yeah. First off, we were putting like 3D effects in there. We had copy, right? We had how to get in touch. Now, look, this is 17 years ago now. Like I'm way more advanced than that, but 17 years ago, this is still better than most people are even doing today. And that's 17 years ago, and I don't even see that great stuff happening, right? Or even this. Look, here's another one for you guys. Here we go. Look, this one here. This one's at least 10 years ago, probably. Well, is there a date on here? Oh, 2009. So do the math on that. So look at this. Headline. Let me change the color here. Headline, we're overstocked. Right? You guys could use this in almost any business day. You sell jewelry, we're overstocked. We got to reduce inventory immediately. There's copy, there's checkoff list. Look, urgency, yes. You see, I've been using this checkoff list to build companies, multiple companies, lots of companies, right? Ready for instance, so there's savings, the amount of money, there's multiple offers here. There's timelines on them down on the bottom. So yeah, tell me what you just picked up from some of that. I hope you picked up some great stuff there. Some great stuff. All right, last part. I have a thing that I used to share, but I'm going to share it in a different way. And I used to say, I still believe it, but I want to reinforce it. I say, if you want to scale marketing, Danny, Cindy, if you imagine a football field and it's filled with all yellow balls. So everybody go there a minute. See inside your mind a football field. You guys all know what a football field is, right? And there's a million little balls, like those ones they used to bring your kids and jump in the ball pit. I used to love that ball pit stuff. And you have all those yellow balls. And all of a sudden, I throw this in the middle of the yellow balls, this one black ball. That was my way to get a drink too, Cindy. When you look out there, you would not see yellow. You would see what? The one black ball. Now, here's the other thing that everybody would notice is and I hope this is not just motivational for you, I hope it's impactful, this last statement, is you have to be King Kong today. King Kong. You have to be seen by everybody, and they all have to look at you and go, there's King Kong. Now, in the new world, we have an equalizer. It's called the internet. We never had that. In the day, and back in my day, and probably Jim Clark's and some other people, to be King Kong, you had to be in the yellow pages. You had to be in the newspaper. Today, you could be the smallest company in the world and be King Kong, because how much does it cost you to be on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn? Even marketing today, there's ways to do direct mail for free. There's ways to get billboard for free. There's ways to get radio and TV for free. So let me show you a video as we finish up here on what I want you to become. And tell me, if you were this, what would your marketing be like? And let me show you this video. This video was taken, and I wonder, you guys could tell me in the chat bar if anybody else saw this. Aaron and I were in Las Vegas in Fremont Street, which I think is the most interesting place in the world, and also the dirtiest place on planet Earth. I'm not a big fan, let alone I don't drink, and I don't do drugs, and I don't smoke anything. So this is like, for me, walking in hell zone. But Aaron will tell you, just amazed at this thing here, because this is marketing to win, to build, to scale. Give me a thumbs up if you could hear it. So if you're King Kong, everybody, and you show up like that, tell me what happens to your marketing. If your marketing is King Kong, tell me in the chat bar. When you are the King Kong of marketing and you are everywhere and you're relevant and you're serving and you're using the checkoff list and you know your exact avatar, this one training here can't guarantee results, but if it can't double your profit and double your growth, it's only because you didn't listen to it. That's it. It's only because you didn't listen. So I am honored to have served